Hey guys, I'm Allison. I'm the Pampered Wife. Today I'm going to do what I wore this week. We are just getting rid of the Wednesday because I just post these now whenever. If you're new to my channel, I am not the most disciplined person, but I love doing this because it lets me review each product that I have and revisit things that are in my makeup kit already. So this is today's look. This is what I've been wearing this week. I am getting ready to meet a friend, so I'm just gonna move through this pretty quickly. I hope you enjoy it. Let's go ahead and jump in. The first thing I have been loving this week, this is foundation. I've got my makeup bag right here. Let me go ahead and pull it out. I have been using the Fitglow foundation, the new one. This is, well, it's just called Fitglow Beauty. I guess it's just foundation, no special name. I have the shade 3.5. I've been loving this. This has been such a nice change from all the dewy, glowy skin tints. This is actually a foundation. I feel like I get medium coverage. I've tried to build it up just a teeny bit, but I never really am going for full coverage. I introduced this in another video, which I will link up above and in the description box, but it's a doe foot applicator, which at first was a really weird idea to me, but now I've grown to really like it because I can just dot it all over my face and, you know, kind of be done. It's just a simple, unmessy way. I don't have to put it on my hand. I don't waste product, so that's nice. Also, I think this is the best, one of the best shade matches I've ever had. I had a perfect one from Chantecaille at one point, but otherwise in the clean beauty space, I've just had a really hard time and usually end up sort of faking it or mixing some, but this has been great. So it's a thicker formula, like it's not running at all. It feels like I didn't get very much on my face like when I dot it on, but it spreads out nicely and it's actually sort of waxy. It doesn't feel waxy on my skin or anything thick or uncomfortable, but it's just interesting. My favorite way to apply it is with my hands. I've tried with a beauty blender, which is not my favorite way for generally speaking, to apply hardly anything, but with this one it just really is more like a cream that you're spreading on your face. It kind of disappears to nothing. I don't need to set it down. I think it looks like skin. It just evened everything out and gave me a nice, you know, skin-like glow. It does have some mica in it, I believe, so it's never gonna look matte. Depending on what you put underneath, it will really make it more matte or more dewy. So today I used the Josh Rosebrook SPF, the tinted one, and that has not a matte finish, but more of a skin-like finish, not really dewy. And so this is the finish I get now with the Fitglow on top of the Josh Rosebrook. And I've actually used the Fitglow under my eyes and been very happy, although I did recently purchase the Fitglow under eye concealer. It's just not here yet. So I went back to using the Hint Beauty concealer under my eyes, the Duet Perfecting Concealer in the shade 2.5 Medium Buff. This just has not been working for me. I found it did work at one point. I guess it depends on what I wear underneath it. So I'm gonna try just kind of dabbing it in where I have dark spots under my eyes, kind of pressing it in and not rubbing too much. It doesn't seem like I'm overworking it. I feel like I'm just trying to blend it in, but if I overwork it, it starts to kind of lift and make my under eyes look really textured. Ugh, it's not perfecting. Let me put it this way. Maybe that texture was already there, but this is not perfected. Let me see if I can zoom you in. I think the shade matches just fine of the Duet Perfecting Concealer. I just have not been pleased with how it wears on me. It's also thick, but it doesn't spread out nicely like the foundation I just talked about. For eyes, first I'd be going in with the new Cloven Halo Eye Primer. Let's see if this has Locked Down Eye Primer is the special name. And this is kind of cool. So it has this matte black packaging, squeezy tube, comes to a fine point at the end. That's how much I'll use. The texture is like solid when you squeeze it out, which I'm so glad it doesn't come blurbing out. And then I touch it on my skin and it turns to like, well, it melts immediately, but it turns to a velvety sort of feeling, a wet velvety feeling. So it's just kind of different. It's not that tacky feeling that I get from a lot of eye primers. I can't really say how it's been doing because I don't often have a problem with eyeshadow staying on my lids or creasing terribly. The only other one I can really compare it to, I have tried other ones. The only one I ever notice a difference with is the Alima Pure eye primer because that one seems to intensify pigment and really do a good job. This one I still did get some creasing with, but I still need to test it out some more. It has no scent, thankfully. I mean, it's going on your eyes. I've just not been excited about my eye products lately. You may have noticed from some other videos. I tried a couple this week. The Jones Road, I was wearing the best eyeshadow in the shade Smoky Gray. I really love this. I'm not gonna wear it today because I showed it in a recent video, the Jones Road video. Why can't I open it? It's just a perfect smoky gray. That's just the perfect name. You can build it up, you can sheer it out. It's a perfect one and done shadow. It just looks like, creates a beautiful smoky look. It looks very casual and clean, and there's no shimmer in it. It's just beautiful, very easy to work with. I've really enjoyed it. I'm not gonna show it again today, like I said. So I've also been wearing the RMS eye lights. I'm not gonna show this today. I showed it, well, I think my trial video. I'm not even gonna squeeze it. So much comes out every time that I find I just need to tap it and there's plenty kind of oozing out. I've cleaned this up multiple times. So for me, I'm not a fan of the packaging. It is aluminum, it just comes out too easily. But there's an enormous amount in here, even though a bunch oozed out, I'm not missing any. So here it is on the back of my hand. It really is a gorgeous, shimmery product. It is a cool tone purple, but then it sort of has a warmer brown base. Here, I'm sharing it out. See how it can look a little bit brownish and then a cool tone purple. I'm not putting it on my eyes today because one, it's very like shiny and I'm going for a more casual look. I'm meeting someone in about 30 minutes, so I gotta get moving. Also, it's not the most comfortable for me. I think it irritates my eyelids. It does dry down completely and doesn't crease or move, nothing weird. It's actually a beautiful, almost perfect product, but the shimmer particles I feel like just irritate my eyes for some reason. And this could just be a matter of formulation. Like, I don't even know that it's a specific ingredient. Sometimes it's just the way something's formulated. So I'm probably gonna give this one away. Kind of makes me sad, but that's where we are. So that leaves me with two Athr Beauty singles that I have. This is the shade Amethyst, and it really is a deep purple. And I thought it would look really nice with the RMS. And it does look nice with that, but this I've been putting in the outer corner, sort of all over the lid, which I will do in just a minute. And then I've been using it with the Rose Quartz Crystal Gemstone, which I actually really like this shade. I find that a lot of the Athr Beauty paler shades like this, the rose quartz kind of shades, end up being too deep, but this one actually is an eye brightener and light enough. And you can see, especially compared to the RMS here, how light and bright this is looking. This is the rose quartz. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these on with a domed brush with the deep purple shade, dotting that along my crease and outer corner of the eye. Now I'm just spreading it around. I'm gonna put a little under my eye. See, this also has a little bit of a reddish brown undertone to it. Now I'm gonna go in with this densely packed short haired brush to the rose quartz to brighten up and lighten up the eye look. If I wanted to get a little more pop, I would use my finger and it would be a gorgeous metallic, real shimmery kind of finish. These Athr shadows wear beautifully. I think they're lovely shades. So that's that. For bronzer this week, I've been wearing the Han All Natural bronzer in Malibu. This is the perfect shade for me for winter, especially heading into spring where I'm really my palest. So it's right here. So I'm just gonna go in with a fluffy brush. There really isn't much fallout with this at all. And I'm not gonna be real precise or precious. I'm just spreading it, you know, along my cheeks and up into the forehead and down the side of my neck. Going back in and doing the other side. Not coming into the center of my face too much, although I will take what's left and dust it over the top of my nose and my cheeks. I really like this bronzer, not just for the shade, but I've never had any patchiness with it or clinging, even on, you know, stickier, tackier foundations. I just have never had a problem with it, and it's inexpensive, great brand. I believe it's actually pronounced Han instead of Han, but I like Han better than Han. So that's how I say it. But anyway, it comes in multiple shades and it's so easy to use. Like I said, no sticking, no patchiness or anything. And it's also great as a crease shade in my eye. So I love this one. For blush, I've been wearing the Ritual Defy Inner Glow Cream Pigment in Rapture. Unfortunately, the top broke. It has a mirror. And here this is. Let me swatch it. It's that bright, flushed shade of pink. It's really pretty. So I've just been using a short-haired, densely packed brush, tapping it in, and then tapping it where I want it. A little on the forehead and chin as well, a teeny bit on top of the nose. Not here, because that'll make it look like I always look with my allergies. And then I spread it very gently. And this one seems really pigmented and it has a nice amount of pigment, but it's really easy to work with too, I think. Not the easiest, but pretty easy. And I've used it over the powder, if you notice, and it still goes on beautifully, if I do say so myself. It doesn't have any sheen to it or shimmer. Here it is, I'm just rubbing it out so you can see. It can also be used on the lips and on the eyes, but it's a matte cream and it has no tack to it. It's very comfortable as well. I think that's a lot of why I don't worry about putting it on top of a powder, because it works beautifully with all these products too. Okay, now I'm going in with my defining crayon from Eco Brow in the shade Liz Dark Brunette. I am determined to use this up. Like, this is all that's left and I've been working on it for months. I have repurchased this, not recently, I mean this is a repurchase. I definitely like this product. It's more of a powdery pencil. I really like the shade. I think it really matches my brow hairs nicely. The only thing I would change about it is the packaging. I would make it so that the top actually clicks into place, because it falls off super easily. And there's so little left that I actually have to shove it back in. But here's the top, and it just comes on and off like nobody's business. So I'm gonna hold that on and use the spoolie, which is on the other end. It's real quick and easy to use to fill in my brows. I think if you have some brows and don't need to draw individual hairs, that this is just a great product to fill in. And then of course use the spoolie to make the brush strokes. Then I've been using the Kosas Air Brow in clear just to set my brows, hold them in place. I've liked this far better than their colored Air Brow, and they do have it listed separately, so it must be a bit of a different formula. But I do find this works better because what I'm looking for is, with a clear at least, it's just something to hold my brows in place. And this is comfortable, it's not crunchy, it's not a pomade, it definitely is a gel. Mascara. I've been using the Kosas, the Big Clean Mascara. It is a wetter formula, it is a goopier formula, it is a big wand with a big arched brush, and it does make my lashes look nice and big and fluffy. It definitely does not wear great. I definitely have the raccoon eyes after probably 6 hours. These rounded or curved brushes do seem to be all the rage though, and I'm definitely getting better at using them. I really didn't like them because I'm just not very skilled with them and would usually end up making a big mess. I don't know what's going on right here. It's like my eyelashes are these over in the inner corner are separated from the rest of my eyelashes. For highlight, I've been using the Westman Atelier Lit Up Highlight Stick in the shade Nectar. Comes, in the gorgeous packaging. It looks like glass, like you can't see that probably, but it almost looks like glass to me. I'll put it on this hand. Oh, and it just, honestly, it feels like a lip balm. It does have a little bit of a peachiness to it, but it doesn't bother me. It doesn't seem too tinted to me. And I just put that right where I want it. The highest points of the face, like cheekbones, just under the brow bone, just above the arch of the brows. And I'll even put a little bit here, especially since I'm dry, and it just feels nice. And this is one of the few highlighters that I can put right there at the Cupid's bow because I have some nice wrinkles that have set in, and a lot of highlighters just accentuate that, but this one's moisturizing, so it doesn't accentuate. I think it just gives a beautiful lit from within. Look, it will fade, it will sink in some. Like I said, it's quite emollient and feels moisturizing, and it will definitely sink in some. And then for lips, I've been using my Honeybee Gardens. I don't know what shade this is. I love the shade. Sort of a reddish purple. I've just been lining my lips lightly. Spreading that around and then going on top of it with my St. Jane Clear. It's not called Clear, it's called Luxury Lip Shine in Alchemy. And I love this one. This was in my favorites of 2021. It has a flexible doe foot on the end, or not doe foot, I guess paddle. It's just really pretty and comfortable, and I feel like it locks in the moisture. It's a little bit thicker. You definitely know you have something on. My hair would stick to it if I, swished. But I just love it. I feel special when I use it. I love the little bit of sparkle that's in it. Let me pull my hair down and we'll give some final thoughts. So this is the final look that I've been wearing this week. Like I said, I've been changing up the eyes a little bit here and there, but for the most part, this is what I've looked like. To sum up everything, I've pretty much enjoyed all of these things that I've been wearing. The two that I would do without are the Hint Duet Concealer and the Kosas Volumizing Mascara. The Hint because I just haven't figured out what formula to use so that it will actually make my under eyes look better. Instead, I feel like they still look dried out, even though it does do a good job of concealing. And the mascara, it just doesn't wear well. It will absolutely smudge under my eyes as the day goes on. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts or comments on any of the products I've used today. Let me know if you have any questions. I'd love to hear from you. As always, I'd love it or appreciate it if you give this video a thumbs up. I'd love to have you subscribe, and in the meantime, I hope you find some time to pamper yourself today. Bye.